Fyodor Dostoevsky. Crime and Punishment. It is a really introspective novel, especially for somebody who's turning 23 in a few days. I learned so much about myself by reading this, and about Russian culture as a whole too. There's a lot I learned. It took me about 2 months to read this, tore it apart. I absolutely adored how it ended with the epilogue. I think that's the main point I want to talk about today. This ending really caught me almost off guard, and it was really beautiful the way that Dostoevsky finishes this off with the epilogue. I mean, I could go into the ordinary versus extraordinary, Porphyry versus Rodion versus all that, Arkady, I don't know how to say his last name. He was like Lalo, essentially, from fucking Better Call Saul. But the ending really caught me off guard last night. I finished it at like 2 a.m. And I love the almost sense of redemption our character finds. Weirdly enough, he finds this weird sense of peace, I want to say, in his suffering. I think there's something to say about suffering in this, and suffering is almost necessary to get out of suffering. I don't know how to explain that otherwise. This is a very, very potent book with a lot of ideas that I probably can't even grasp right now. There's the characters in this too are absolutely outstanding. Everybody stands on their own 2 feet. There's nobody who's really not there. There's no husks of themselves. Everybody is written like they were real people. Yeah, I really like the ending though. It really caught me off guard though. Spoilers, I guess. The redemption he finds in the springtime in Siberia with Sonia Semyonich, why did I say her last name? Marmalade of his daughter. And I adore that, just 7 years, only 7 years. At the beginning of their happiness, there was moments when they were both ready to look at those 7 years as if they were 7 days. Beautiful. The translation, I started reading this on my Kindle. It was a really bad, AI translation. It's horrible. And I was late for work one day, and I decided to stop in the bookstore at Barnes & Noble, at the mall where I was waiting for work, and I bought a copy. And the translation by Richard Pivier and Larissa Volkanovsky, they're almost just as much credited as Dostoevsky in this, the way they can translate the Russian language into a tangible thread of consciousness for an English speaker such as myself. But that's not a theory, that's just a film. Shut the